Good evening, Virgo ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Will's Cartomancy Tarot. If you're new to my channel, I certainly appreciate both your viewership as well as your subscription. Okay? What I like to do is to go on and just give you your Russian gypsy reading. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to discuss a variety of areas here, not to just include just romance, but basically whatever messages that surfaces here in your reading. Okay? So rest assured, Virgos, that this reading will not resonate for each and every Virgo out there. So be sure to check your rising, your moon, as well as your Venus signs. Okay. So what I like to do is to start off by just shuffling up these oracle cards here, romance oracle cards, just to start off with your romantic situation and to see what energies are surrounding you from now until the end of next month here. Energies that you might want to pay a bit more attention to. Okay, so let's see what we have. Spirit, what energy surrounds Virgos from now until the end of next month? Okay. It seems that you guys have an unrequited love situation here. I'm feeling that you're involved with someone who appears to be a bit one-sided, ladies and gentlemen. Either it's you or it's the person with whom you're dealing here. I feel that while there may be some attraction here, the attraction doesn't appear to be strong enough to really constitute or really sustain a good relationship here. There may be some game playing here, or in fact, one of you might even be, in fact, wearing a mask that I'm getting. Okay? And it might be time for you, Virgo, to express your love here. Okay? It might be time for you to just make an effort to really express your love, perhaps, to this person, because it seems that maybe since you guys have been together for some time now, for some of you, you've lost interest and you've become bored. You're constantly arguing with one another. So it may be time for you to just have a romantic conversation, okay? And for those of you singles out there, you may have just met someone new, or you might even, in fact, have your eyes on someone, okay? So this card is kind of telling you to go on and just, make the romantic gesture. And by doing so, trust, okay? Each of you needs to trust, okay? Understand that your situation, particularly your romantic situation, is definitely calling for you to have a bit more faith, okay? I'm also feeling too that there's a strong possibility as well that someone from whom you've been estranged is going to make some effort to come back into towards you here and to reconcile his or her differences. But I still feel, ladies and gentlemen, you must understand that this is unrequited love here. I still feel that the relationship is still going to be one-sided. So it seems that you guys are going to have to make an important decision here, because you certainly deserve love, ladies and gentlemen. You are, in fact, lovable, but the cards seem to be suggesting that now might be the time for you to release this ex here. The time has come to get rid of that energy, okay? So let's go on and just get into your gypsy reading, ladies and gentlemen, to see what other information that we can glean, not only about your romantic situation, but also in other areas. Okay? So let me go on and just explain a little bit about this reading so that you understand here. Okay? These are gypsy cards, all right? There are only 25 cards to this deck, all right? And there are four different orientations in which the card symbols can land here. So it's not just two as in the tarot, it's four. So you can imagine all of these interpretations that you have to try to absorb here. Okay, so it's almost just like putting together a puzzle here. All right, so let's get started and just look at your first symbol that appears here in your reading. All right, and let's see if it kind of echoes some of the same sentiments here that your romance angels are indicating. All right, so you have the Cavalier. All right, so with that card, That symbol falls in position 1. And about the positions, ladies and gentlemen, again, there are 4 positions. 1 usually is a strong position, the strongest, and as you move on down, it weakens, okay? So since this cavalier falls in position 1, this shows, ladies and gentlemen, that good news seems to be coming towards many of you, okay? It looks like it's something that you guys have been concerned about for some time now, or you just been waiting um, to receive some type of indication or message. You know, I'm getting here that the answer is certainly looks like it's going to be good here. I'm getting, all right. And then next, ladies and gentlemen, you have the birds. All right. So with the birds, that symbol falls in position 4 here. So it's more of a challenging type picture here. So it shows that there are obstacles that you're going to have to overcome, particularly during this time in question. But Virgos understand that these obstacles are certainly not insurmountable. What you'll try to what you'll need to consider doing is perhaps to kind of get out of this darkness that some of you may be feeling, or this storm that is about to approach here. You might want to consider finding more creative solutions, to kind of uh, change things for you in that area. All right. Next symbol you have here, ladies and gentlemen, let's see, you have that fox here. So to me, I'm kind of feeling that this might even kind of refer to this X, as well as a person that might be even wearing a mask here, because with this fox, you have to understand foxes tend to bring about a lot of manipulation, a lot of deception, okay? So if you guys have been wondering whether someone with whom you've been dealing has been cheating, the answer it seems to be a resounding yes. I feel that one of you might even possibly be hiding something from one another here, like wearing a mask, as I indicated from the onset here. Okay? And I feel that the person that's doing these harmful, deceptive things, they're doing it very, very much so intentionally, I'm getting. All right? And I feel that this person might even potentially be caught up in some type of emotional entanglement here. And they're just, just going with the flow with everything. But just rest assured that this person might even, in fact, be cheating, and it could be with this ex that's trying to come back to you to reconcile, trying to act like that they really want a stronger commitment. But you know here that this fox is manipulative. This person more than likely is going to tell you anything and everything that you want to hear. All right? And then, to further emphasize that fact, you have 2 demons here. So some of you might even be having a challenge trying to make a decision between more than one lovers here, okay? So when you have these demons there, it's all about, ladies and gentlemen, thinking negatively, all right? And even, in fact, contemplating revenge on someone, since this falls in a position 2 here. And this is kind of letting you go to it's letting you know that it's time to elevate your thinking to a more spiritual perspective. Consider turning the cheek, or the other cheek, and don't strike back at other people. Control yourselves. Okay? And maybe you want to take a more wait and see approach, ladies and gentlemen, just for things to just settle and clear up, because it looks like that you guys are going to be going through a lot of conflict, I'm getting. All right? And then we have the apple. All right, so having the apple there, that falls unfortunately in position 4. So it brings about a lot of unpleasantness. Okay, it brings about an encounter that's gonna seems like it's gonna result in an argument that I'm getting here, or it's just gonna irritate you. Okay, but I don't feel that it's something that you should be um, alarmed about, because it doesn't appear to be as serious as it is. But you could make it serious depending on how you react to the things that are occurring in your lives, ladies and gentlemen, okay? The next symbol you have here is you have the ship, all right? So with the ship, that also falls in position 4. So usually with this card, it's all about adventure and our finances here. But in your case, because it falls in position 4, it tells you and warns you not to take any type of risks or gamble, because you could end up losing financially. I'm getting here. So just try to stay focused here. All right. Then we have your last card here. Um, we have that sun there. All right. So with the sun, that certainly shows that prosperity, ladies and gentlemen, and abundance are on their way to you here. All right. And that you need to try to trust in yourself and trust your instincts a bit more. All right. You also have the crossroad there. All right. So that falls in position 2. So that seems to suggest to me that I guess when this abundance seems to become, when it comes in for you guys, I see you going on some type of a pleasurable trip. It doesn't seem that is really a long distance type trip, but I'm feeling this is a short trip where you're going to be very happy. It could even be you going out shopping or just going out just to do something very fun here, I'm getting. All right. And then you have the dog here that's showing there on the last card here. And of course, with the dog, it's all about our connection with our friends here. And it does suggest to me, ladies and gentlemen, that you have a lot of friends that you may not be aware of. You need to let them in here. Because I'm feeling that this person might even treat you a bit better than what you treat him or her here, I'm getting. Or perhaps maybe this friend is being, you know, taken for granted, I'm getting. All right. And then you also have, you know, just looking at, just getting back here with this demon card, it shows that you have, a few people with whom you're dealing who are suspect here. So is this, those symbols are kind of asking you and urging you to kind of be more alert and more vigilant around people here, okay? So what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go on and just select you a few letters here just to see, who's coming towards you in your energy field during this time period in question. We already know that an X is going to reappear, okay? So most of you probably already know who this X is and may have already received a phone call here. So let's hone in more so not only on the people who are coming into your energy field, but just people around whom you might want to consider being a bit more vigilant, ladies and gentlemen. So out of this bag of 200 letters, okay, I'm going to select 20 letters here to help you do just that, all right? So Spirit, help guide me to the 20 letters that will resonate with Virgo, okay? All right. Okay, we have an E, an S, an L, an A, another a V, an R, an N, an O, I, X, E, 8 more letters, okay? We have a K, an E, a U, an A, another a D, an O, and we have another O. All right. So I'm going to call them back to you to make sure that you do have them recorded properly. We have 3 O's. There are 4 A's. Okay. There's an N, three E's, there's an I, an L, X, R, V, U, K, D, as well as an S, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So now I'm going to go on and just look at another oracle deck here to kind of help you, ladies and gentlemen, to restore your inner peace and just give you a few things that you might want to consider as you move along during this time period in question. So, Spirit, what are some other things that Virgo might want to consider as they move forward? Okay? All right. It seems that many of you, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be going through a great awakening type period, okay? So, what this card is kind of asking you is to learn how to walk in your truth, all right? Start standing firm in your light and ask yourself, how can you begin to trust yourself a bit more than what you have in the past, okay? Understand, ladies and gentlemen, that you are, in fact, a leader of the light. Okay? Ask yourself, where are you in fact being called to serve and support others at this moment? Okay? Try to turn the worry and stress that you've been feeling, ladies and gentlemen, into wonder and surrender to the experience. Okay? Ask yourself, what possibilities can you really try to dream or manifest into reality? Okay? And just take some time to just breathe, because this moment, ladies and gentlemen, it certainly matters the most here. So ask yourself, how can you focus on the moment and appreciate that all is well? So living in this moment, ladies and gentlemen, appears to be important. And understand that because many of you are harboring some, you know, very devious or revengeful type feelings here, understand that forgiveness certainly will in fact set you free. So ask yourself, what do you need to forgive yourself for? Even in fact, what do you need to do to forgive someone else here? Okay? Because you have to understand that you certainly create your own reality. And what you want wants you too. So, what do you want to experience, ladies and gentlemen, in this life? It's very important that you ask that very much that important question here as you move forward throughout your evening here. Okay? So now what I like to do here is to just leave you with a remaining message from Spirit, as well as to tell you a few things that you might want to surrender here. Now I'm going to read the message directly from a postcard for Spirit. Okay? I have it right here, and I'm going to read it right now to you. All right? Dearest you, sometimes it's wonderful to give, but there are times you might find yourself overgiving. Now might be a good time to check in and see where you might be cutting off the flow of abundance. Let others give to you, even if you are more comfortable being generous and being the giver, the healer, the rescuer. In the art of living, we sometimes overlook an important skill: receiving gracefully and with gratitude without diminishing yourself or trying to deny vulnerability or bring in an agenda of equality to it. Receiving is hard for some people. Maybe you. You do not need a this for that in your exchange with others. You see that you had here this requited love there. Okay? You are doing good in the world. Let the world give back and support you. Then you can give up the old stories that have you have certainly convinced yourself extremely too much, and that you have to do everything alone with no help. And let your will be filled, okay? Or let your well, if you will, be filled. Because Spirit is saying that they all love you, ladies and gentlemen, and they love you so much, okay? So, in conclusion today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to share with you these final messages on a few things that you might want to consider surrendering as you move forward during this time period in question here. So, Spirit, what are some things that Virgo might want to consider surrendering? Okay, let's see. It's very important that you learn to surrender to your soul's path. Understand that your life journey has been perfectly designed for your soul growth. Embrace every lesson as well as every moment. Surrender fear. Let go of the fearful stories that you are telling yourself and stay in the moment, as I've been indicating throughout this reading. Focus on solutions and celebrate every small baby step forward. Okay? Surrender to joy. Understand that a key to positive change in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling because doing both the hard and easy time, this would assist you to help you surrender to receiving more joy. And it's very important that you surrender your fear of intimacy because you are ready to let love in, ladies and gentlemen. Try to compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that tend to stop you from opening your heart. Okay? And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, surrender to rest and sleep. That's certainly important because to prevent burnout, slow down. Honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to really rejuvenate your mind, your body, as well as your spirit. So, Virgo, ladies and gentlemen, I certainly appreciate your taking the time to watch this video. Be sure to like and share, subscribe. If you wish to submit a donation, all of that information will be provided in the description box here. If you'd like a more personal reading, you can certainly contact me at will.brown at WAT Consulting Inc. Be sure to like and share, and have a nice evening. Thanks a lot.